Before we do anything today, I want you to take a quick test. It takes 30 seconds. And depending on your score, what I'm going to show you next could genuinely change how your legs feel starting tonight. Sit down in a chair, both feet flat on the floor. Now look at your lower legs and ankles. I want you to press your thumb firmly into the skin just above your ankle. Hold it for 5 seconds and let go. Does the skin spring back immediately? Or does it leave a little dent? A small pit that takes a moment to fill back in? That's test 1. Give yourself 2 points if it bounced back right away. 0 if the dent stayed. Now, without standing up, try to feel both feet at the same time. Are they warm? Or is one noticeably colder than the other, almost like one foot belongs to someone else? Warm and equal. 2 points. One cooler, one warmer. 1 point. Both cold. 0. Last one. Sit quietly for 10 seconds and pay attention to your calves. Any tingling? Any dull ache or that heavy, tight feeling, like your legs are wrapped in something? No sensation? 2 points. Mild discomfort? 1. Ongoing aching or tingling? 0. Add it up. 6 points means your circulation is doing reasonably well right now. 4 or 5 means there are early signs worth paying attention to. 3 or below. I want you to stay with me for the entire video, because what I'm about to show you was designed exactly for you. Write your score in the comments. I'll explain what it means, and more importantly, what you can do about it, over the next few minutes. I'm Dr. Elliot Marsh. I've spent over 20 years as a cardiologist, and I've watched poor leg circulation quietly steal quality of life from people who had no idea what was happening or what to do. The frustrating part? The fix isn't complicated. But somewhere between the research and the doctor's office and your daily routine, this information never quite makes it to your kitchen table. That's what this is for. Stay with me, because the third exercise I'm going to show you is the one most people never hear about. And in my experience, it's the most powerful one of all. Here's what we're doing today. 3 seated exercises that work specifically on leg circulation, designed for people over 60, no standing required. We're counting down from 3 to number 1. And number 1, it's something I've recommended to patients with severe circulation issues who couldn't stand at all, and the results genuinely surprised me. After the 3 exercises, stay with me for 2 bonus strategies that will make everything you do today work faster and last longer. Let me take 60 seconds to explain what's actually happening inside your legs, because when you understand it, these exercises make total sense. Your heart pumps blood down to your legs. That part is easy. Gravity helps. But getting blood back up to the heart? That's work. Your veins have tiny one-way valves in them. Picture a series of little trapdoors, each one opening to let blood through and then snapping shut so it can't fall back down. As we get older, those trapdoors get weaker. The muscles around the veins get less active. The blood starts to pool, sitting in the lower legs and ankles instead of moving. Think of it like a garden hose with a kink in it. The pump is still running, but the flow is blocked. And the longer blood sits there not moving, the thicker and slower it becomes. That pooling is what causes the swelling, the coldness, the aching, the tingling. It's also, and this is the part that matters most, it's a quiet risk factor for blood clots. But here's what should motivate you. Your calf muscles are extraordinary. When they contract, they squeeze the veins inside them like a hand squeezing a wet towel, pushing blood upward, back toward the heart. Cardiologists sometimes call the calves the second heart. And you are about to put yours to work. That's exactly what these 3 exercises target. Exercise number 3, seated ankle pumps. I know. I can already hear the skepticism. Ankle pumps? That's the big secret? Hear me out. Because the simplicity is deceptive, and the research behind this is not. Sit up straight in your chair, feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Let your arms rest on your thighs. You're not gripping anything. You're relaxed. Now, lift both heels off the floor while keeping your toes down. Hold for 1 second, then lower your heels and lift your toes. like you're pressing on a gas pedal, then pulling it back. That's one full pump. Let's do 10 together. Heels up and down. Toes up and down. Heels up and down. Keep breathing. Nice and deliberate, not rushed. Heels up and down. Toes up and down. Feel that? There should be a gentle warmth beginning to build in your lower calves. Maybe a little light buzzing sensation in the feet. That is blood beginning to move. That warmth isn't your imagination. That's fresh, oxygenated blood arriving in tissue that was sitting still. Do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. That's about 4 minutes total. You can do this while watching television, eating breakfast, sitting at a computer. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that regular ankle pump exercises in sedentary older adults measurably improved venous return, meaning blood got back to the heart more efficiently, within just 2 weeks of daily practice. Common mistake: people do this too fast, like they're tapping their foot impatiently. Slow it down. The squeeze of the calf muscle only happens fully when you complete the full range of motion. Rush it, and you lose half the benefit. If you have any ankle stiffness, reduce the range and go gently. The goal is movement, not full extension. Have you ever done ankle pumps before? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious how many of you already knew about this one. Now let me tell you about something most people overlook entirely. Exercise number 2. Seated knee extensions with flex. This one works higher up the leg, recruiting the quadriceps and the popliteal vein, which runs behind the knee. In 20 years, I can tell you that this is one of the most underused exercises for seniors dealing with circulation issues, and I genuinely don't understand why it isn't taught more widely. Sit toward the front edge of your chair, not slumped back, but upright, with your back unsupported, feet flat on the floor. Now, slowly lift your right leg until it's straight out in front of you, parallel to the floor if you can manage it. As you reach the top, flex your foot back toward you. Hold that position for 3 seconds. Feel the contraction in your thigh. Then slowly lower the leg back down. Touch the floor. Now the left leg. Let's go through 5 on each side together. Right leg up. Flex the foot. Hold. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Left leg up. Flex the foot. Hold. 1, 2, 3, and lower. Right leg. Hold. Lower. Left leg. Hold. Lower. That tension you feel in your thigh and the pull behind your knee, that's exactly what we want. The large muscles squeezing against the vein, the valve opening, blood moving upward. Picture a tube of toothpaste being squeezed from the bottom up. That's what your quadriceps is doing to the blood vessels right now. Do 2 sets of 10 repetitions on each side. Take a 30-second rest between sets. Common mistake: people lower the leg too quickly. The return motion, the lowering, is half the work. Control it. 4 seconds up, hold 3, 4 seconds down. Modification: if straightening the leg fully causes knee discomfort, only go as far as is comfortable. Even a partial lift gets the muscles working. You don't need perfection. You need movement. One of my patients, a 74-year-old retired school teacher, had been dealing with leg swelling so persistent she'd started wearing compression socks every single day. We added knee extensions to her morning routine. Within 3 weeks, her swelling had reduced noticeably enough that she called the clinic just to tell me. She said, "I thought this was just what getting old felt like." It doesn't have to be. Before we get to number 1, the exercise that surprised even me when I first looked at the research, please take a quick second and hit the like button. It helps this reach other people who are dealing with the same thing you are and have no idea this information exists. Subscribe if you haven't. I put out new guides every week. Now, let's go to number 1. Exercise number 1. Seated calf raises with resistance pause. This is the one I've recommended to patients who couldn't stand, couldn't walk a flight of stairs, who felt like their legs had simply stopped cooperating. And I've watched it change things. Not overnight, but consistently, measurably, reliably. Here's why this one is different. The standard calf raise works the gastrocnemius, the large visible calf muscle. This version adds a resistance pause at the top that activates the soleus muscle, which sits underneath the gastrocnemius, and is actually more important for venous return. The soleus is sometimes called the peripheral heart because of its role in pumping blood upward while you're seated or standing still. This is something most doctors don't have time to explain in a 15-minute appointment. But it's the kind of detail that makes the difference between an exercise that helps and one that transforms. Sit upright, feet flat. Place your hands on your thighs, not gripping, just resting. Now press through the balls of both feet and raise your heels as high as you can off the floor. At the very top of that movement, I want you to squeeze. Actively contract the calves as if you're trying to make them harder, and hold for a full 5 seconds. Don't just sit at the top passively, squeeze, then lower slowly. 4 seconds down, let's do 5 together. Heels up, squeeze, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly down. 1, heels up, squeeze, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 2, feel that burn? That deep burn in the back of the lower leg? That's the soleus working. That's the peripheral heart contracting. Don't shy away from it. 3 sets of 12 repetitions. Rest 60 seconds between sets. That's your complete dose. Write this down. 3 sets, 12 reps, 5-second hold at the top, 4-second lowering. That is the prescription. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, looking at sedentary older adults with circulatory issues, found that targeted soleus activation exercises reduced lower limb pooling and improved peripheral circulation markers significantly more than standard calf exercises without the resistance pause. The difference was the squeeze. Common mistake, rushing through the hold. I see this constantly. People get to the top, touch it for half a second, and drop. You lose the entire benefit of activating the soleus. 5 seconds. Count them out loud if you have to. Progression. When this becomes easy after a few weeks, place a light book on your thighs. Nothing heavy, just 2 or 3 pounds of added weight, and perform the raise the same way. You'll feel the difference immediately. Which of these 3 exercises are you going to try first? Tell me below. I'm going to read the comments. Now, the 2 bonus strategies I promised you. These are quick, but they work together with everything you've just learned to make the results come faster. Bonus number 1, hydration timing. Most people know they should drink more water. What they don't know is when. Blood viscosity, how thick or thin your blood is, changes based on hydration. Thick blood moves slowly, pools more easily, puts more strain on those venous valves we talked about. Thin, well-hydrated blood flows. The simple fix: drink 8 to 12 ounces of water 30 minutes before you do these exercises. Not during, not after, before. It prepares the blood to move. It's like adding water to a hose that's been sitting out all summer. The flow starts easier. Bonus number 2, leg elevation for 10 minutes after. When you finish your exercises, sit or lie back and elevate your legs above the level of your heart, feet resting on a footstool, a pillow, the arm of the couch. Even 10 minutes allows gravity to work in reverse, draining the pooled blood that your exercises just loosened. This is the recovery phase. Don't skip it. People who add this one step after their exercises consistently report that the aching and heaviness resolves faster. It takes 10 minutes and costs nothing. Now, I want to stop here for a moment because something important needs to be said. I want to go back to that patient I mentioned, the retired school teacher with the swelling, the compression socks, the quiet resignation that this was simply what aging felt like. What she didn't know, what so many people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s don't know, is that the body is not finished. The circulatory system responds to stimulus at any age. It is not a fixed thing. It is a living system that improves when you give it the right signals. Every single one of these 3 exercises works through the same fundamental mechanism: muscle contraction against the veins to push blood upward, back toward the heart. That's it. That's the whole game. 3 different movements, all creating the same result: ankle pumps, knee extensions, calf raises, 3 doors, 1 room. And the moment you walk through any one of them, your circulation begins to respond. You can start tonight, right there in the chair you're sitting in now. The test you took at the beginning of this video? Do this for 2 weeks consistently, then come back and take it again. I want to hear what changed. Let's bring it all together so you leave here with something real. Here's your daily plan. Ankle pumps, 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Knee extensions, 2 sets of 10 on each leg. Seated calf raises with the 5-second hold, 3 sets of 12. Total time, 12 to 15 minutes. Do it once a day, ideally in the morning before long periods of sitting, or in the evening if your legs ache by end of day. Drink water beforehand. Elevate afterward. That's the whole prescription. No equipment, no standing, no gym. Now here's what I want you to do right now. Pick just one. Not all 3. Just one that felt most doable when we did it together. Maybe the ankle pumps because they require nothing at all. Maybe the calf raises because you felt that burn and you know it was working. Just one. Start tonight. Do it for 3 days in a row. After 3 days, add the second. Sustainable change comes from one small decision repeated until it becomes invisible. Not tomorrow. Not after your next appointment. Tonight. Which one are you starting with? Tell me in the comments below. I genuinely read them, and I want to know how you're getting on. If this helped you, share it. Someone you care about is dealing with cold feet, swollen ankles, aching legs, and they have no idea that a chair and 15 minutes a day could begin to change that. Subscribe if you haven't. Every week, I put out information like this. Honest, practical, the kind of conversation I wish I could have with every patient who never gets enough time in the clinic. When you retake the test in 2 weeks, come back and drop your before and after score. I'll be watching for it. One last thing, and this is important. Everything I've shared today is general information based on current research and my clinical experience. It is not a replacement for your personal medical care. Please do not stop or change any medication without speaking to your doctor first. If your leg swelling is severe, sudden, or accompanied by pain or redness, please contact your doctor promptly. Those symptoms need to be evaluated. Bring this information to your next appointment. Have the conversation. Your doctor is your partner in this. Poor sleep and heart health. I've covered that connection in a way that thousands of viewers have told me changed how they think about nighttime. I highly recommend you watch it next. I'll see you there.